Well, good morning and welcome back to Cityline. I have two individuals on the couch that our former guest, Donna Ponapito, who is the CEO and Executive Director of United Way, she mentioned them as one of their partners. And if you don't know who Emergency Food Network is, brace yourself because it's amazing. Joining me on the comfy couch to address food insecurity in Pierce County is the one, the only, Claire Ajan. You are the Development Director for Emergency Food Network, and can I say it, also a brand new mom. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Last time you were here, you were with child.
I was, yeah. The last time I saw you, I had a nice big round belly.
And now child is out
Child
and
is
eating
here.
broccoli.
And eating broccoli, yeah. So we know just how important food is in our household.
What else do EFN children do? Except what else do EFN parents do but put their children names tattooed on their arms like Mr. Roger Cortez has. Roger, you are the Director of Operations for Emergency Food Network. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. All right, let's talk about the greens.
Yeah.
So first off, now that Donna Ponapito has told us about Alice, what ties in beautifully with food insecurity in terms of, we know that Alice families are honored guests sometimes of EFN. So what does food assistance look like, Roger, in Pierce County right now?
Well, food assistance in Pierce County, all ethnic backgrounds are affected by it.
That's right.
And particularly people of color communities are coming up as number one in our record visits.
Yes.
For overall, we have 36% of food pantry visits, but in an overall perspective, 27% of the BIPOC communities are the ones that are affected.
That 27%.
Overall. And, you know, families, we always talk about this, about having like a $400 to $600 expenditure would break a family down.
Absolutely.
We're that close.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous to think about it.
So when we talk about ALICE, and we know what that stands for, the Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed Individuals, who else is experiencing food insecurity in Pierce County besides them?
Well, besides them, we're talking about families with low income, of course.
Right.
Right. People that are renters.
Right.
And, you know, students.
Students and people who don't have a home.
Correct.
Yeah, struggling, trying to find a meal. So in response to that, you have a new warehouse, and oh my God, it is beautiful. It's called The Greens. We
Yes.
saw it when we were saying good morning to our audience. What impact will this new space have on your organization and also for Pierce County?
Sure. Just to give you a little history, we've been operating 2 decades in our current warehouse. Rising needs.
Yes.
It just made our warehouse so small. The Greens.
The Greens!
We're talking about over 21,000 square feet, and cubit, our highest peak is about 40 feet. So with this, we can store at least 88 truckloads. What's 88 truckloads? Around 2,100 pallets, right? That's a lot of food.
That is a lot of food. So you no longer have the physical constraints.
No more.
When it comes to feeding
Yes.
people in Pierce County. So, oh my gosh, just congratulations to you and your teams. It's so amazing to see it come to fruition. So Claire, what is going on this summer for EFN? Because EFN's always out there in Puyallup, Mother Earth Farms. They're getting things done. So spill it.
Well, we never slow down at
You
EFN.
don't.
And unfortunately, it's because the need has never been higher. And so the greens really came at a critical time for our network. With that additional space that Roger was talking about, we can store 40% more food than we could before. And the community needs that food because we're serving twice as many visits as we did before the pandemic. So right now, we've just launched our Fill the Row campaign. So we are trying to take the opportunity of all that new storage space and buy additional truckloads of food, bring in additional food donations. So we're asking the community and joining us in filling a row in the greens so that we can get more food out this summer when the community really needs it. It's a really high time of need.
It is. And when we talk about, I just want to kind of segue just for a bit, but want to come back to something, the Make a Will month. When we talk about food and Michelle Douglas, your executive director, who is just amazing, and then there was Helen McGovern before that. They would talk about the kind of food that we need to be donating. Can you give us a rundown on that real quick?
Yeah, healthy food and also new food. A lot of folks, when they host a food or fund drive or give to a food and fund drive, might think to dig in the back of their pantry and find something. We've gotten things from decades ago in food drives before. And what we really ask people to do is to go out and buy food with intention and to buy healthy foods. So things that are packed in low sugar or low sodium, because we know that there are overlaps between people who have dietary health conditions that mean that they need healthier foods, and then things like canned proteins like chicken and tuna, and peanut butter, always a favorite. It's kid friendly.
Yes.
It's something that people can eat if they don't have a kitchen, or they can carry in a backpack.
I still have it in my car. Helen taught me to hand it out with a napkin and a spoon.
Yep.
Let's talk about the people who make this work besides the dedicated staff, and that are volunteers. Let's talk about that.
We love our volunteers.
So we got a food drive coming up.
Yeah, so we've got over 2,200 volunteers that support us each year, and they do such incredible work. It's it would be equivalent to 6 more staff members for our team. So volunteers are so essential for everything that we do. They repack food for us in our warehouse, things like rice and oats and pasta, and right now they're also repacking fresh, beautiful apples that we have in giant bins and getting them down into smaller banana boxes so they can go out to our partner food pantries.
My mouth is watering.
They're beautiful apples. Yeah, you should come and repack some. We've got plenty to repack.
Could I just have? Could I have one when I'm done?
Maybe. No? We'll save them for the food pantries.
I know, Amanda. Don't rock the boat.
And then our home delivery program always can use more drivers. Those folks could serve an additional 10 people through our program every time a new driver signs up for the program. So we really need that. And then, of course, hosting a food and fun drive this time of year to help us fill the warehouse is such an essential thing that people can do.
Last 50 some odd seconds, who do we need to thank for all this community magic and goodness?
Oh, the list is endless. I mean, completing the warehouse, completing the greens was a community task. I mean, the City of Tacoma came in to support, so many community foundations and neighbors. And then all of our volunteers, all the donors who make our work possible. We have people right now who are pulling food from their gardens and bringing that fresh produce to EFN so it can go to the community, because they've got, an abundance of squash and zucchini and mint, and they're making sure that it doesn't go to waste in their garden. It gets to come to us and go out to our neighbors in need.
It doesn't get any better than that, to have people go out in their garden in the morning and say, okay, we're going to take everything we have and we're going to drive it over or walk it over to EFN. Thank you for all that you do, both of you, and for that beautiful team we couldn't get on the comfy couch. And save me an apple, because I might just show up.
All right.
Of course.
It looks like Melissa Malott from Citizens of a Healthy Bay is standing by in the Cityline Comfort Cafe. We're going to talk with her after this quick break.